And welcome to the new episode of The Discussion Aisle. Moi Azazin Jamir, apni kan la host. The Discussion Aisle do ekta show se kuti mokan inspiring individuals kan anigina mokan viewers kan kitikai de. Ajui itu nishna mokan lo de ekta individual ase kundo specially abled person living an extraordinary life la ase. Tala journey, tala story, or at the same time tala life la opode kota krilo. So before that, let me give you a brief introduction. Taido Temsutola Jamir se, and she's the recipient of National Award for Persons with Disability 2022 se. She's also the founding member of deaf community of Nagaland, and she is also working as a resource person in Samagra Shiksha government of Nagaland. Aji tala life la opode kota krilo, and how is it to be as a differently abled person in the society and as in Nagaland as a whole. So itala opode kota krilo aro mokan lo de ase our guest Temsutola Jamir and dala interpreter. So thank you so much for joining in our conversation today, and I'm really looking forward to unveil the conversation, and I hope ki mokan la viewers kan be bishi excited hoina takyo apni la story la opode janiwo karne. All right, mujhe la first conversation aja ke moi like how is life growing up as a differently abled person?
Before I was 9 years old, I had no education and I didn't understand much. But after I came to school, as I grew up and passed class 10, I was more excited. I was happy to communicate with people, and my life also improved.
Acha. So like, apni do differently. Were you always like differently abled, deaf in atagishna na kinya hoshna?
Hoy, moi deaf hoy nahi joram paise.
So like, when was the first time that you get to know कि आपने तो अलग पचा दी बिशी different ऐसे हुआ तो कितना discover करूँशे?
Around 9 years of age, moi अलग अलग ऐसे निगा understand करूँशे. But after that, as I grew up, I started living a normal life, communicating with other people.
Acha. So like growing up as a disabled person, what are the barriers that you have faced in life?
Communication is the main barrier. With friends, with family, in the workplace. In bishi communication do that's the biggest barrier. Dusra barriers to ase, but not so much.
So like mokan naga society de sexually do disability do bishi ajagali tak pi bishi stigmatized screen na yes na to apni ito la experience iko tagishna na.
Hoy onok to ase, but before 9 years to tai school na jage de, muim school na jage de manukanbra. They thought I cannot be educated, that I cannot study, but school dia higinado tai class 10 pass korai niya ho dande manukan bi iman shock kaise, and they were surprised and happy to see that I could be educated.
Also, she's also an example of breaking barriers in the society and in the community also, na, with so many achievements. So what keeps you going despite the physical challenges kan tagi na apni life di man bishi achieve kurishe do itula man do ki garne like ki ho, like what keeps you going despite physical challenges?
I'm not discouraged because deaf moi ekla no hoy ano bishi as a deaf kan aro moi ta cannot share kore communicate kore the time de moi enjoy kore and kam ki huni sob thik kore bole pare because I'm not alone.
I mean, what a spirit. And also, like, you consider your disability as a blessing for sure, right?
Yes, it's a blessing because I know that God has a plan for me, so I'm happy and I enjoy my life.
So, like, are there any instances in the people around you that underestimates your capability because of your challenges?
Yes, some people think that we cannot be educated and discriminate can be correct, but once we're educated, people are surprised and they do not discriminate against us, and they understand about us more.
I mean, also society and bishi progress crazy. So like, I really hope and believe that mogami bishi, like towards the physically challenged manuangi bishi like acceptable hoina chole. Like really looking forward to it also. I also want to ask you, what will be the biggest strength as a disabled ki ho na?
God is my strength. My husband and my family, they support me, and also the deaf church, they support me.
Wow. I mean, also you have a family, like, so can you please tell a little bit about your family as well, because moi all of curious is
My husband Miran and I, we were in school together, and our parents accepted us and we got married. And our parents accepted and were happy because we are both deaf, we can communicate with each other well, so they were happy for us.
Apni the piche achieve karina se life de to, like, how did it all started with you know, the national award or also the deaf community of Nagaland? Ito an kina na start wishe.
After I passed class 10, games kan kiki kili in different Olympic sports, state level kan stop niyan matigina. Ito kan de certificates kan paise, and as a teacher job pi paise, and this deaf community of Nagaland, the church member and sign Bible interpretation sop te bishi ito join karina.
Acha acha.
Jaya se.
Acha acha. So apni do mane sports kan bishi gilies now to.
Hoy.
And which are?
Badminton, running.
Acha. So
a little bit of football, some volleyball, different games.
Such a sporty person na. Also, like, just since we're talking about sports, apni Paralympics kande ekbari kya participate Krishna naina. How was this sports journey? Do you kina tagisha?
In Mokokchong they had training and there were games, so tate killing na yate Dimapur TV ahigina kilishe. After that dusra states vi jaina niya killing increase.
Okay.
Increase kurishe.
Okay, which means she also participated, na?
After training from Mokokchong she came.
Okay.
In Special Olympics, it's not Paralympics.
Okay, Special Olympics. Okay,
Nagaland.
here in Nagaland, na? Okay,
yes.
Okay. I am like such a talented and versatile person, na? Okay.
Thank you.
Also, you know, we don't see workplaces kande mokan physically challenged or like disabled person kande bishi natige. Like, what could be the reason?
They're less. It could be because some may not have the required qualification, and another problem could be that job opportunities can be napai. So this can be the two reasons.
Yes. Okay. Since you have talked about job opportunities in Nagaland, Nagaland government every time we have this, especially person with disability la kota kan tage. So like, according to you, it will helpful. It's na naina.
It is a little helpful. Whenever they can the deaf or the persons with disability, especially qualification nine, they can palbra in power with hearing most of the people that can be hearing, they choose hearing candidates.
Acha. Okay, which means you know, as of now, Nagaland government la job opportunities so like bishi helpful na hoy na, like as in general na kiniga se.
It is a little helpful, but not much.
Like, what do you wish Manokan Giwi, like, to be better understood about disability also?
Deaf and dumb, mute iniga kan use kura kando itu pal no hoy. Deaf iniga DEAF deaf itu hi use kuribi. So manuki itu hi kuriti uli munase. And job opportunities can be again, please accept us to work together with you.
Yeah, so to all the viewers out there, this is a message coming from our guest. You know, like, we are living in a very sensitive world, though, like, deaf, I mean, like, dumb, mute, no, deaf is a actual word for the people, like, our guest today. So, mukan bi itulade, you know, like, a weird green na takile, the bishop balho, kunya may jan idea se. So since we have touched the government, I'll come back to it again though. Deaf community kanwi government bra enough resources to diesna nai or government bra sasna nai apni angibe.
A little, olop ase, not much, bishi noy, olop ase. But aerobic bishi kuri diole mon ase.
There is always room for improvement, na. All right, we will wrap up the conversation. It was so nice talking with both of you. But before wrapping up, is there any message to the people out there on behalf of the deaf community?
A person is not defined by disability. Put God first, and you can do everything.
Well, thank you so much for joining in our conversation today. It was so nice, apni dishunge, kota kurina, like just looking at you two. I'm so much, like surprised and by the talent that you guys have. And thank you for joining.
You're welcome.
Well, ajula conversation Miss Temsutola Jamir, our tala interpreter Christina Lodi tagishe, our apni kan tikya nishna deaf community kan age jalawi dikai diase. Our at the same time we nagas kan stigmatized krala holiwi at the same time like takan la life pra mokan naga society kan progress wala we ekta janai diase. And mokan this 2023 nutun sal di kusadam de mokan be you and I as an individual and we as a society, deaf community or people with disability can be more acceptance so na age jawle lawe ekta janai diase. Aro mokan inika inspiring individuals kan anina mokan la show de anita kyo apni kan site agri global window.